Kimi K3 just got released and it's the best model in the world just behind Fable and Soul. So it's beating every other proprietary models, and open source models are getting closer and it looks like they will just catch up. It's not yet open source as of recording this video, but I'm pretty sure it will be. It's absolutely massive, almost 2 times bigger than DeepSeek and a lot bigger than all of the other open source models, especially GLM 5 and 5.2 that are now very popular. So here it says open frontier model sizes, and it's comparing open models, open weights models. So this is why I think it will actually be open weights. But it's crazy that they are approaching Fable right here. So better than GPT 5.5 and Opus. Although it might be a bit benchmarked, but people are saying preliminary testing that it is actually kind of Opus 4.8 level. And it wouldn't surprise me because Kimi has always been the company when they release new model, especially Kimi 2.5, 2.7, that it goes to the best open source model. And they train this with nerfed GPUs and fewer GPUs. So innovation likes constraints. So I'm guessing they are just using their innovation and tricks to utilize fewer and less compute. And Grok says that Moonshot said they will open weights by July 27, so in 10 days. You see, it's also #1 in web dev arenas, so beating Fable and Soul. Now this is preliminary, it may go down. I think 5.2 was also #1. For some reason they go down, maybe novelty fades off or something. The price is 2-3 times more expensive than 2.7 because the model is bigger, but maybe also Kimi and Moonshot are more confident into its abilities. But when the model is released, open weights, this price from their API doesn't matter. We will have like other providers with their own prices. But maybe they will actually anchor their price to here, so maybe this does kind of matter. We'll see, I don't know. But it's actually beating, like currently it's beating all of the other models, even Fable and Soul. Here are the benchmarks, and the fact that we are now comparing open source models with Frontier, Fable and Soul on the benchmarks. If you remember 1-2 years ago, open source models were not compared to the absolute Frontier, they were compared to other open source models, but now they are compared to absolute Frontier. And in some of these like benchmarks, Kimi K3 is even winning against Soul and Fable and all this stuff. And so cost per task is a lot cheaper in some of these benchmarks. For example, this benchmark, browser comp, here it's 3-4 times cheaper than other models, 5 times cheaper even. I'm sure this depends on the benchmark. So they are using Kimi Delta Attention and Attention Residuals. So here we can see some of the architecture. So honestly, this is the first time I see this like stable latent MOE. I'm not sure what stable latent here is, so we're gonna look into this. Kimi Delta Attention, they wrote a paper on this. I explained this on the channel. Attention Residuals, I think I explained this on the channel as well. So it has linear attention, and it also has dense attention, I'm pretty sure. So they are activating just 16 out of 896 experts. This is insane. This means you have so much capability, and then you are using just a bit most important capabilities, so it's very easy to compute. It can write its own kernels. This is interesting. So kernels help AI models be inferenced faster, be trained faster. You see how it's also being compared to Fable here. So the fact that we are talking about comparing it to Fable, even if it's losing to Fable in some of the benchmarks, this is insane. And I think soon all of the models will be kind of equally good. Now, I would bet that Chinese models, once they reach US models in capability, they will not keep advancing, because being frontier, moving the frontier is harder than catching up, because when you are on frontier, you don't know what to do. When you're catching up, you know exactly what to do. so it's faster to catch up. So I think they will kind of all move together after. But I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. But soon even the GLM people said, and by the way, GLM right there, headquarters, you see through my window there is Z logo, ZAI GLM Dripu. They said that soon the only difference between open source and closed source proprietary models is that just if they are open or not, there will not be any difference in capability. You can learn to train your own large language models in our school. I'm gonna leave it below the video. It's also good at game dev. You see here it can look at the games it creates, it codes, and then it can look, load image, use some tool, write more code, call some API, call some, and then look at the image again and interleave like that. So this is the game it created. You can see how it actually works. This is interesting, chip design. It's designing a chip for its own architecture, so it can run a lot more tokens per second on inference. And I think chip design will also kind of blow up soon. I think a lot more people and companies will be designing chips, by the way. And everything from raw materials, mining, to chip design, we're gonna see the huge blowout on the whole stack, from raw materials mining to AI applications, chips, everything. Many companies doing it. It can also do research autonomously. This is the holy grail of everything, autonomous AI research. So here, I think this is not related to AI research, but the point is it can read papers, implement code, do simulations. This is gonna be used for autonomous AI research. It can also create very good websites. We saw it getting #1 in the website web development arena. So you see it can do a lot of research and then write all of this. I actually think this is so nice looking. It has a lot of information, and look at this animation, is so good. How do they make this? We need this harness. I think they have like some harness tools or some to make this, because I don't know how they make these. I want to make these as well. Here it also created some slides. I really like these slides, and I like its capability to create slides. So I need to figure out how to let it make slides like this. You see, we also have some videos and stuff. How is it able to do all of this? I'm also trying to figure out. It has so many. If you know any like tools or some ways of how this is done, you can comment below. How we detect gravitational waves. It's also interesting. I think these slides are very good. I might try to figure out how to make them for my YouTube videos. Living dashboard, this is interesting. You see how it's very interactive, it seems. Video editing, let's go guys, video editing. Motion design, animation, video editing. That's crazy, yo. I got replaced. Let's go. I don't want to do video editing anymore, bro. I just wanna tell it. 3 blue, 1 brown. This guy is famous everywhere, even in China. So that's it. I think this is a very good news. We got so much information on how it's built, the architecture, the attention, all this kind of stuff. I also hope that advent of these AI models will allow other people to build AI model companies, so we have more diversity. So, you know, we wanna have bunch of companies doing bunch of different AIs. We don't wanna have one company controlling all of the best AIs. And I think AI models are kinda making like intelligence more available to everybody, and they are equalizing power. It's not, I think it's not peaking at one place, at one company. I think it's now human intelligence is the intelligence people have access to is more and more similar. So it will, I think it will not peak power at one place, at one company. So that's it, and see you in the next video.